I just want to thank you all for coming and say this is amazing for the People's Assembly, really, really building the movement while the Tories are in there whipping up more attacks on our health, homes, jobs and education, and we're here to say that we won't take it anymore.
There is power in the factory, there's power in the land, oh, power in the hands of the workers. But it all amounts to nothing if together we don't stand. There is power in the union. It's the same, it's the whole world around. It's the poor, get the blame. It's the rich, get the pleasure. Lady all the bleeding shame.
What do we want? Tories out! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Tories out! When do we want it? Now!
Put at least £1 in. Help us pound the Tories!
Shit's on windows, shit's on doors, shit all over it.
Stop trying and blame it on the refugees. Join the union, yes we can. Gotta go down and join the union, yes we can. Gotta go down and join the union. Down and join the union. Down and join the union when we can. We want public ownership for rail. Branson and its cronies have all failed.
They know about all this, but they don't want to listen. We are here not only as a Labour supporter, but we would like Labour to take this forward and really to earn our and our concern. And this guy is a very young man. He was killed for expressing his free political views, passed away not long ago. This is a family man, a journalist, imprisoned just because he just wrote and told the truth. And this guy is a teacher by profession, a family man. He never been involved in terrorism. For organizing and leading a political organization, he was called terrorist and he was thrown in prison.
People like Disabled People Against the Cuts, all the great campaigners, everyone who backed them, said we're not going to take this abuse of disabled people. But we've got another job as well as highlighting the Tories. What we've got to do is paint a picture of a better society, a society that works for the common good within our environmental limits. What we have to do is offer people hope, because one thing that's really clear is things are not going to continue as they are. Where we are now is not stable, with so many people struggling to put food on the table, keep a roof over their head. Our society, our economy, the way we treat our environment, our politics, they're all broken.
What a fantastic crowd it is this afternoon here in the park, and congratulations everybody, whether from Birmingham or from outside, who's come here to say to Theresa May, we've had enough of the Tories, you don't represent us and we want a different kind of society. This is 15 years this week since the war in Afghanistan began. 15 years of the war on terror, which has cost billions and billions of pounds. And what has it created? It has created millions of refugees.
We can do this. As a team, we can actually do this. However, we as individuals will always be ineffectual and inefficient until we fully embrace the definition of collectivism. Now is not the time for division. Now is the time to stand and unite. If you're sick of reading about the Tories' hedonism for a better vision of what heaven isn't, if you're sick and tired of these darker days and the feeling that we never quite passed the stage of always trying to run at a faster pace, then we must master change. And to those who sit head in hands at night when it's hard to face the last trace of hope, the hardship breaks, please pick on a star and gaze and remember, in the darkness is where the heart is shaped. The brighter days are on their way. They never were not. Together there's nothing that we can't do. We must never stop, never ever, ever, never ever stop. No, not until this government is staring at a picture of justice when it joins up our many dots. Because only then will their pennies drop. Yes, we can do this, but if we don't work together, we could ruin this. So as one, stand firm with your banners. Be stern in your manner, hurl up the anchor, burn with the anger, and whether it's Birmingham, England, or back to Birmingham, Alabama, keep marching. Because there's no star bigger than our brightest light. Keep marching through the darkness and the civil rights, keep marching. Thank you.
Good afternoon and welcome to Birmingham. Thank you for making sure this weekend I wanted to stay in my home city, knowing the Tory conference was happening in my city centre. And we've got several messages for the Tory conference. We have been told so many lies, and the fact they tell these lies so brazenly and so frequently that people actually start to take them as the givens. And then they start to believe. They start to believe the other lie, that there is no alternative. And they want to say that people like you and I, when we say that we're against austerity, that austerity has failed, that we have not got an alternative. But actually, we have.